did you guys have a relationship with each other as actresses before this? And if not, or if so, how were you, getting into character for interacting to portray a friendship and a sisterhood that is obviously very strong and still happening and very relevant in today's society?
Very true. Do you want to
Well,
take?
I love the way you answer this question. So
Oh, let me tell you something. So I knew Gigi prior to this. We're in a circle of creatives in LA that were doing vines and creating content. And the thing about it is that like we had worked together, and it was like I know you. I don't completely know you, but the thing about it is this project brought us together in a way that it wouldn't have happened any other kind of way. Like we had to build a real friendship because you would be able to see through it at a point. And through this whole process, like we supported each other, we loved on each other. Everybody has a good day and a bad day. And sometimes after a certain scene, I would just go hug G. Like it just didn't matter. I would just hug her. Sometimes I would go over and be like, "It's okay. We don't care. It's okay." And I think we needed that, and I think that that was a bigger thing of like us really becoming these characters because their sisterhood is unlike any other thing that you can see. Like 35 years of being a friend is a big deal. And I think when you go through the ups and downs of any relationship, it's tough. And one of my favorite scenes in the movie is the fact when they break up and Salt tells Pep, like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, we've been connected at the hip for so long. And Pep is like, what? Like, but we're friends, and I left this man and I'm doing this. And she's like, I don't want to hear it. So I think it's a very pivotal, important scene. But when it comes to friendship, we're so like women can be catty at times, and not 1 second with this woman right here did we ever go through that.
yeah.
Like it's just been a great experience. I can't stress the importance of that as much.
Nice. Thank you guys so much.
If Salt and Pep were actually on set, did you see a lot of like emotional bonding, or like them kind of being together and really like helping them each other through the emotions from the scenes as well as you guys? Because I know it was a lot of triggers for them as well. So how did that all work out as far as you guys being on set together and maybe just kind of bonding and helping each other heal through it?
So having them all on set was definitely an amazing experience, and it was beneficial even when they were still touring and they're still doing it. So there may have been times where Cheryl had to go out of town and Pep, so then they would take shifts if they both couldn't be there. So they were even supporting us, crossways. So Pep would support me, Saul would support Layla. And then even with the kids there, like with Corinne and Egypt, and I know Layla had really great conversations with Egypt. I had a great conversation with Corinne. She put me aside during lunch one day, and she was like, I just want to thank you because my mom just appreciates the respect and how much you're honoring her story, and that's coming from her child. Because and like Layla has said before in multiple interviews, we're telling their story. This is their legacy. They have kids, they're mothers, they're legends, so to come into this experience in this project with the utmost respect, telling their stories the way that the way that they want it to be told, the way that it needs to be told, without the messiness, the cattiness, any salaciousness about it. That's not what this story is about. So they are supporting each other, supporting us, and like I said, individually cross supporting us when the other one couldn't be there. So yeah, they definitely held it down for sure through the entire shooting process.
My question goes to both of you all. What reactions did you get from Salt and Pepper, like once they seen the full movie? Like what type of reaction did they give you?
Well, I feel like my first when I saw Cheryl again was for a line drop that they did with a makeup company. So when she was when we had separated, they would get dailies and cuts of the movie. And one of the first things that I asked her when we had an alone time at the event, I was like, I know that we spoke day to day, and you would give me your feedback at the end of the day, and there were certain things that you got emotional over, because we're opening up old wounds, but in its entirety, how do you feel? And she was like, I'm proud. You did what you were supposed to do. You made me proud. I'm happy. I'm proud of you. So yeah, that for me was like, okay, cool. Because at the end of the day, I'm a vessel of her to her story. I was serving her in her purpose. So yeah, after that, the pressure was like, all right, well, I did.
Good.
You did an amazing job.
Oh, look at you repping. I love that t-shirt.
I love
it. I see you. Ask the question one more time because of like sometimes.
So what reaction did you get from Peppa once the movie was finished? Like, how did you, did she give you your props, or how did she feel after the movie?
Yeah, hello. Pep loves me.
That's right.
She was like you get it, you got it. You know what I'm saying? Like we would talk about scenes when I was going into things, especially like things with Tretch, things with her son. We would talk about it, and I think it's how far do you want me to go? To reel it back, and as long as she knows the area that I was playing within. I'm not going outside of that. I'm not doing more. Like I got to bring home the fact that they have children. I would never like I talked to Egypt. I would never embarrass Egypt. I would never embarrass Tyran. That's not what we're about. But she was pleased with the work that I did and the choices that I made as an actress. Like I wasn't going to give it like exactly what she would have done. We don't know what she would have done, but I know, knowing what she's given me about herself, I'll give you the best, most entertaining version of that.
My question is, you guys got to live through some really challenging experiences through Salt and Pepper in terms of the entertainment industry. As actresses and professionals, has your view or feelings towards the industry changed at all from playing these parts?
I'll answer it. No. The thing about when Cheryl and Salt come into the industry, they don't know anything about it. Like they're new to it. Like I think at this point, me and G are not new to the business. So we still understand the business side of things. And I think that even more, we think about it when certain questions, when certain things come up, when people are like, well, why they didn't get somebody from Queens? Because they didn't. Like, does that bother the story? Does it move it forward or like what's up? So the thing about it, I think the business is always going to be the business. It's about you knowing the business that you're in and moving accordingly. Like it kills me when people don't know their business. Like whatever you do, know what you're doing. And I think it's important for in the movie, you see us, wait, let's renegotiate this. Something doesn't sound right. Like we should be getting more. That's a big thing of groups in the 80s and the 90s. Like we all see what happened at TLC and Toni Braxton, same type of thing. So I think that whatever you do, know your business. Like take care of your business. Like it's great if you know how to sing and dance and act, that's great. But do you know how to do the business of it? And I think, G, you show your side when you're at the board and you're like, play the track. That's one of my favorite scenes.
I agree. Yeah, for me, no, like Layla just said, nothing changed because we aren't new to this. And it's crazy how that was really a thing. A lot of people went into the business not knowing what it really entailed, not reading their contracts, not getting someone else to reread their contracts before signing over, all their rights to everything. So, if anything, it's making me more cognizant to especially double check my contracts and make sure that everything is where it needs to, make sure that I have in writing, make sure that, you know, there's no way for any detail to fall, you know, in between the cracks, because, you know, lawyers love writing loopholes in contracts. So
what I want to ask is, I know a lot of actresses, well, a lot of great actresses and actors, they find it hard to watch their work. And I know you got the nod from Salt and Pepper on how great of a job that you done. But did you have a chance to watch yourself? And if you did, like, how did you feel about it? How did you rate your own performance?
I love you for asking that. That's like, I really love you, because the thing about it is I'm very hard on myself. It's hard to watch things. Like, I watched it, but when you're so close to something, you'll be like, why did they take that? What are they doing? Why did they do that? Why? Okay. So I had to let go. So I probably like won't watch it again until maybe 5 years from now.
yeah, no, I agree. And with like what Layla said, we were really attached to it down to like, you know, and then this is not, I feel like this is what a studio should want from their actors. But me and Layla were literally in our scripts fact checking hairstyles to years and decades. Mind you, that's not our job, but we were so invested in making sure that every timeline added up and, you know, everything just meshed perfectly. And then to step back and, like Layla said, look at the takes that they use, and it's like, wow, they used that one. The other one was better. They used take 3. They should have used the 6th one. But
right.
I mean, we do at this point, you know, Mario Van Peebles is an amazing director. He had a vision, and, you know, he pulled a lot out of us, and he pushed us and stretched us and made us better actresses. And, you know, to where his take 1 for us is a money take, you know? Mm-hmm. So yeah, we trust our director and, you know, our network. And so, you know, we have to just detach from it. But it was definitely a project that we put a lot of heart and soul into, for sure. Yeah, for the both of us.
Layla, this question is for you. How do you handle or restore and maintain your mental health when you have to dive into those heavy scenes, and also knowing that you are carrying the weight of representing such an icon?
That's a great question. Come on, good questions. Yes. So listen, Gigi said this yesterday, so I'm going to like steal it from her. Margot would say, your body doesn't know that you're acting. Okay. So when you physically cry, if it's a physical scene of you being physical with someone else, you have to take the time to like come back into yourself and understand what you're doing. G had some challenging scenes when it comes to her purging. That's definitely very difficult. But I think for the two of us, it's like, there's a thing called, like, in acting, they teach you in certain classes how to like clean up, how to let things go and like get back to yourself. Like, we wear the characters, like how I'm wearing a jacket right now, like take this off at night so that you're just sitting with yourself, and then you put it back on when it's time for you to work, so that you try and maintain a distance between who you are and the character that you're playing, because trauma's trauma. And sometimes you got to tap into your own in order to bring it to life for the character. So I think a lot of times it's knowing how to finish your day and then get into the other part of your day and be who you are, go home. Like for me, I would always take baths, like Epsom salt baths. I light my candles. I listen to like a certain level of music at night. I don't watch certain things because I don't want that in my mind while I sleep. I want to start my day fresh. So, you know, like, it takes time to understand how to reset emotionally so that you can go to work and do the same thing again and be sharp and be good each take and not get caught up of whatever you're pulling from.
Oh, clearly you have your routine together. I love to hear it. Much success to both of you ladies, and thank you so much.
Thank you. You're beautiful. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.